Hey, sir, we are approaching Kerrack.
This is all you, Nooler. Let's see those docking skills.
You guys haven't seen nothing yet. I'm gonna dock with Kerrack now, so you guys get the engines ready a while.
Engines were already pre-prepped, you idiot. That is protocol.
Hey, can't I get any respect here? I mean, I have to dock this little pond, and its RCS is more spasmodic than the mothership. I want to have a little fame too, guys.
I guess, you do have a fair part on docking the, little ship separately, so, I mean, you're a pretty good docker, too.
So, let's speed up the time a bit here, as this mothership took a fair amount of time to dock. I'm actually going to have a lot of voice in this, because it's mostly docking and planning out routes, but you gotta see it to see everything happen, so it's just not like, oh, suddenly I am here at the old mothership hull, and I am going to salvage it. Which is the next mission for Shongard. Once we dock here, he'll refuel and go for that old mothership hull to see if we can salvage it at all. But anyways, here we are, seeing Kerrack. It's not that massive of a ship, although I may have made it seem awesome. It is actually a fairly large ship. It has tons and tons of fuel, and is very easy to dock with. Which, another thing is, this I thought was going to be the hardest thing to dock, but no. The mothership's RCS was beautiful, and I came in quite smoothly, as you'll see here. First, I'm going to release the, I guess I'd still call it the pod, or the lander. Once I have all the speed killed here, as it slowly moves into position. I don't even know what I'm doing here. But anyways, I think I have a little bit of trouble trying to get the lander taken off, or trying to focus on the lander. Because here I'll undock it, and then I start flipping through all of these, through the lander, the Kerrack, to the mothership, and I have a hard time figuring out which one's the mothership and which one's the lander. So the lander, I would actually say, was a little bit harder to dock. And yes, Shongard begging for fame, yes, it was harder to dock the lander, because the RCS is a little bit too overpowered on the smaller ship. You'll see when they only have like 4 RCS ports on the mothership and 8 on the smaller ship. So, I don't know how many troubles I get through here. Talk about something else random. At this time, I have actually, I'm not going to make any spoilers. That would be stupid to start saying things in the future of what I've already done in case. Actually, that wasn't that bad. I thought it was much harder. I remember trying to dock it the first time, and then I missed it, so I had to go back, but it seems I just had to clamp it on here once. Now it's time for the mothership, which she was already in a fair position to dock with one of those little guys sticking out. Just a lot of spazzy RCSs. Yeah, it just smoothly came right on. Not very much tampering with the momentum going towards Kerrack. Which, those of you who probably already knew, Kerrack is I don't know if I'd say a spin-off, but just a name of Kerrack from Homeworld, and it looks nothing like Kerrack, I can say that for sure, but Kerrack is spelled Kerrack, and that's also nothing spelled like the actual Kerrack from Homeworld. But it's the main docking thing. It fueled up the mothership, and I thought it'd be kind of corny to name it Kerrack for Kerbal mixed with Kerrack. And there you go, and send Shongard on his way.
Locked in.
Allowing Kerrack to take over the control of the main computer.
Initiating Kerrack synchronization. Liquid fuel and oxidizer.
Kerrack's momentum balancing with the
RCS
mothership.
containers.
Shadrim, I'm ready to go get that mothership home.
Connected. We have complete control.
Go for it, Shangar. Let's see if you can bring that bad boy back.
Fart power.
So here we begin Shangar's maneuver. This one is going to be quite difficult. After looking at it, this orbit is very different, and I am on the inside of it. And here I was quite stupid, and I did the maneuver horribly to try to dock with it. And what I did was I tried to like cancel out all my speed with it, which made me want to go crashing back into the planet. And I kept like slowly going out farther and farther to it, but I had used tons and tons of fuel. So you'll see me being absolutely awful at this, because what I should have done is boosted quite a bit right here, so then I would meet up with it later in the orbit and not like, you know, cancel all of the speed right now. So yeah, this was really stupid. I should have plotted a trajectory first. But we'll see how this pans out. Shangard is looking a bit scared there. Maybe he thinks there's some ultimate doom that's going to come to him, going to this old mothership hall. As you can see, I'm boosting against the orbit here, and eventually I made it here, and here we have the mothership hull, but look at the fuel I have left. About 1/5, 1/6, maybe even a little less. And at this point, since it took all that fuel to get there first, I knew I wouldn't be able to come back. So the thing I said I could try to do best was, you know, grab this mothership hull and try to correct its orbit as much as possible if I can. If not, then maybe I could have the mothership go grab Shangar, and then we'll go head out for the beta cruiser. But that actually, if I bring the mothership out there, that's going to use quite a bit of fuel, because this guy I already did awful with, and who knows what might happen if I tried doing this with the mothership. So if this fails and he can't get back home using a better route, I'm probably going to end up having to send out a different ship just to bring him home safely. So here we are docking with the mothership hull, and it was a smooth, easy slip-on, and I forgot how this still had RCS on it, and with this thing on the side, RCS was a bit mad on this guy, and you'll see that in a couple of seconds when I try to even it out. Look at all that RCS being wasted. That's a lot of RCS waste. Gonna make it quite efficient to try to get back to Kerrack. Let's see how well we can boost this thing. I'm lightly testing it here, and it's not going too well. Trying to balance it wastes all that RCS, and thrusting forward really turned it badly, and I couldn't stay in one spot. And here I'm trying to stop it, and the RCS immediately almost goes out because of so much ports being used at once. So I had to manually stop this with just, this is back in 0.20, so all that new SAS powering like reaction wheels wasn't at the time. So I finally got it bounced, and I tried it again using the layer thrust, but yet again, it just completely threw me off, and this is when I noticed I am going nowhere, and I am not going to get back to Kerrack. Maybe I could try to get close, and then the mothership might be able to just come pick him up if the orbit's much nicer. Maybe I'm going to have to send up a pod to bring him home. He had his time going out testing the pod. I mean, we got good research off him, good data, landing a pod, things on, you know, the ground of the Mun and Minimus. First time landing a pod to Minimus coming back instead of just landing some probe. Not to mention a whole mothership coming back. But yeah, this thing has taken forever to slow down. So, detach off it. This mothership hull is becoming quite a threat. This guy, the people who tried to get it out in space in the first place died, so it's just a corpse floating out there. And now this guy is trapped. So he's gonna be on some of his food a week later that he still has left in his ship. We're gonna send out a pod, try to rescue him because we don't want to use up all the mothership fuel. We'll have the rest of the fuel in Shongard's pod for the sake of if this thing also slightly has low fuel. We'll have the pod try to dock with this. Just try to get Shongard home safe as possible. It did cost the... This was made by the Alcor. This is Alcor design. They had quite a bit of money left over, and they said, if, you know, you guys can save our guy, we'll save your guy first, because we have 2 men out there, and you have 1 that's just in orbit. So, really fast, sped up flight here. And I must say, this mod, this is when I noticed having mods was starting to get a little bit overpowered. And I noticed that what this was supposed to be was an empty pod with a probe on it. And I found out later as I was launching this thing that Bob Kerman was in it. And at this point I really don't care for Bob Kerman in the slightest. I care for Jebediah, and I don't care for Bill at all either. So whenever I see Bob or Bill Kerman, they're just immediately executed in some sort of manner. But yeah, this mod really overpowered how this engine right here works. Although it is a very, very nice engine, this is when I noticed maybe I should just go to vanilla and use the regular old engines, because then it make me look smart, because this thing, I mean, it's not that overpowered, but it's efficient enough to be fairly overpowered for its thrust and its fuel consumption. So yeah, this actually went pretty smoothly, canceling all of the momentum out to slowly approach the Mothership 2. Mothership 1. Oh. Why I said Mothership 2. I guess I read it as Mothership 2. What I'm watching here as this is being recorded is rather pixelated. It's like Mothership 2. But anyways, yeah, I have it slowly approaching me as I go. Make some sort of a strange encounter with it. Just get it close. I don't know if encounter is the correct word. I hear encounter used. I think it means more of being in someone's, or yeah, sphere of influence. But not meaning of something. But English is stupid. It does have double meanings. So here I am approaching the mothership hull. And there goes... Wait. Oh, mothership hull passed by us because this is just Shongard's ship disconnected. And what you see there in the background is the probe, and me being stupid, I did not put solar panels on it. So its energy has died, and it's no longer able to be controlled, but it still has a pod in there for Shongard. And here I have Shongard run out of fuel. So there's only one thing left I can do.
Sir! I can only try to get out of this and just jetpack to the pod. There's no other way. I'm gonna have to do this completely without equipment. Hopefully I don't get lost in space around this orbit. It's our last hope.